Good morning, everyone. This is lesson 2. The topic is surface area of a pyramid. We will start by reviewing the parts of a pyramid. Here we have the base, which is a square base. We have 4 lateral faces, which are the faces of the pyramid. We have the lateral edges, which are the edges of the pyramid. We have base edges, which are the edges around the base. The vertices are the corners of your pyramid. We have 5 of them. The top vertex is called an apex. The slant height is the height of the triangle, which forms part of the side of the pyramid. So this is the height of that triangle. It goes from the apex down to the center of this edge here. We have the height of the pyramid, which goes from the apex down to the center of your base in this case. Let's look at this example. It's a square base pyramid and we'll produce the net. We open up the solid and the net appears on the left side. Notice we have a square base and 4 triangular lateral faces. We redraw the picture here. Our question is, find the surface area of a square base pyramid with base length 4 centimeters and slant length 5.4 centimeters. The first thing you should do is add the labels. The length of the base edges, 4 centimeters each. The slant height is 5.4. I'm only going to draw it once. It's the same for each face. We'll calculate the base area first, which is 4 by 4, which will give you 16 square centimeters. We'll calculate the area of one lateral face, which is half times the base times the height. Half times the base, which is 4 centimeters, times the slant height, which is 5.4. That will give you 10.8 square centimeters. Together, we calculate the area of 4 lateral faces. So that's 4 times 10.8, which will give you 43.2 square centimeters. Lastly, we calculate the total surface area, which is 16 square centimeters from the base plus 43.2 for the lateral faces, which gives us 59.2 square centimeters. In this question, we'll find the surface area of a square base pyramid with a base length of 24 centimeters and height of 9 centimeters. Label your diagram first. The base edges are 24 centimeters each. The height of the pyramid is 9 centimeters. And this length from X to Y is 12 centimeters. This value is half of the length AB. In this question, we need to find the slant height OY by using Pythagoras' theorem. OX squared plus XY squared equals OY squared. So OX is 9, so 9 squared plus 12 squared equals OY squared. OY squared is 225. And by taking the square root of 225, we get 15 centimeters for OY. The base is a square, so that the area of each lateral face is the same. So the lateral area is calculated as 4. This 4 represents the 4 triangles that represent the total lateral area, times half, times base, which is 24, BC is also 24, times the height, which was calculated as 15. So half times base times height times 4 will give 720 square centimeters. The base area is calculated as 24 times 24, so that gives 576 square centimeters. So the total surface area is the sum of the lateral areas, which is 720, plus the base area, which is 576. So the total surface area is 1,296 square centimeters. In this question, we find the total surface area of a pyramid with a rectangular base of length 4 centimeters and a width of 2 centimeters. The height of this pyramid is 6 centimeters. Label the diagram again. The height of the pyramid is 6 centimeters, and the rectangular base, the width is 2 centimeters, and the length of the base is 4 centimeters. Calculate the area of the base, which is simply 4 times 2, which is 8 square centimeters. Because the pyramid has a rectangular base, there are 2 slant lengths to be calculated. We need to calculate slant length 1, which is represented by this white dotted line here. This length 1 is half of the base edge here, which is 2. So half of 2 is 1. We know the height is 6. So we're going to have to apply Pythagoras' theorem again to find the length of S. So we'll have 1 squared plus 6 squared equals S squared. S is calculated as root 37, and as a decimal, 6.08. That's our first slant length. Slant length 2 is represented by this dotted line. The height is still 6, but now this length 2 is half of this length here, 4. So half of 4 is 2. So we're going to apply Pythagoras' theorem again. We're going to have 2 squared plus 6 squared equals S squared here. S is calculated as root 40 or 6.32 centimeters, and they're marked on the picture here. So let's find the lateral face for the first slant length we calculated. And there are 2 of them. We have the front face, which is here, and the back face, which is here, and they are the same size. So that's why we write 2 here. The area of the triangle is a half times base, which is 4, times root 37, and we'll get 24.33 for those 2 lateral faces. For lateral faces 2, we do the same. We have 2 faces, this face here, and also the back face here. And they are the same size again. So 2 times a half times the base, which is 2, times the height, which is root 40, or 6.32, and we'll get 12.65 for the total of those lateral faces. The total surface area, therefore, is 8, which is the base, plus 24.33, plus 12.65, which will give you 44.98 square centimeters for the total area of this pyramid. In this question, we'll find the total surface area of the pyramid shown. The slant height is 8 centimeters, and the base is an equilateral triangle with base length 5 centimeters. First thing, label your diagram again. The slant height is 8 centimeters. The base edges are all the same, so the slant heights are going to be all the same as well. Let's find the area of the equilateral base first. I've redrawn the base here as 555 on each edge. The area of the equilateral base formula is root 3 on 4 times L squared. L is the length of the side. So the area is root 3 on 4 times 5 squared. The area will be 10.83 square centimeters. The three lateral faces are equal in area. So the area of the lateral faces will be 3 times half times the base, which is 5, times the height, which is 8. That will give you 60 square centimeters. The total surface area, therefore, is 10.83 from the base area plus the lateral area, which is 60, will give you 70.83 square centimeters. Find the total area of the hexagonal-based pyramid shown. The base edges have a length of 5 centimeters and a slant height of 9 centimeters. We'll label the diagram. Each edge of the base is 5 centimeters long, and I've only put 3 labels on. And the slant height of the triangle is 9 centimeters. First, we'll calculate the area of the hexagonal base. The area is 3 root 3 on 2 times L squared. This formula is in your textbook, but the formula shown in your book is actually incorrect. Make sure you use 2 for the denominator here, not 4. So the area is calculated as 75 root 3 divided by 2, which is 64.95 square centimeters. That's the area of the base. The 6 lateral faces are equal, so the lateral area is 6 times half times the base, which is 5, times the height of the triangle, which is 9. We'll get 135 square centimeters. Thus, the total surface area is 64.95 plus 135 equals 199.95 square centimeters. That's the total area of that hexagonal-based pyramid. The following diagram shows a square-based pyramid. The length of the base is 12 centimeters and the length of the lateral edge is 18 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the pyramid. We will again start by labeling the diagram. The lateral edge is 18 centimeters In your textbook, they'll maybe just call this edge, not lateral edge. So if you see the word edge, it probably is referring to the lateral edge, okay? The base is 12 by 12. I've drawn in a white line. That will be your slant height. That needs to be calculated. Your base edge is 12, therefore this length will be 6. It will be half of this number. We've identified a right angle triangle now here, where we've got the height of the triangle. This length is 6, this length is 18. Use Pythagoras' theorem to calculate the slant height, which is your white line here. So this is s squared plus 6 squared equals 18 squared. And s is calculated as 12 root 2. The area of one lateral face, therefore, is half times the base, which is 12, times the height, which is 12 root 2, and we get 72 root 2 square centimeters. Each of the 4 lateral faces are equal, so we just multiply that number by 4. So 4 times 72 root 2 is 407.29. That's the area of the 4 faces together. The area of the base is simply 12 by 12, which is 144 square centimeters. The total surface area, therefore, is 144 plus 407.29 square centimeters, which equals 551.29 square centimeters.